Joshua Palmer currently coming off the board as wide receiver 57 out there. And Joshua Palmer last year had 61 targets, 38 receptions, 581 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Thoughts on Joshua Palmer?
I don't know. I don't know what that team's going to look like, right? A Harbaugh team is going to be very strange. They brought in, they bring in Gus. They import the Baltimore backfield into their backfield, right? Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins. So like that, there's a reason there. Like Harbaugh brings his brother's old players. He knows who they are, right?
Greg Roman's the new offensive coordinator, who was the offensive coordinator for those players in Baltimore.
Right. So like so we know what that offense can look like with those players, right? So I feel bad for Herbo because I don't know, they're not going to throw it as much as probably he should. But yeah, Josh Palmer is a guy that I am not actively seeking out. I'll put it that way.
I think Josh Palmer is going to be one of those guys who just bounces across like 5 or 6 different teams in your fantasy league.
Yep.
Like he's going to have a really good game, and then people are going to blow their fab budget or some of their fab budget, maybe not the whole thing, but they're going to blow some money to pick him up. He's not going to do crap for 2 weeks, and they're going to drop him because him going 4 for 44 does not help your team. But ultimately, that's kind of what you're going to like. You are going to get 4 to 6 catches, and you are going to get 45 to 70 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And you are hoping he falls into the end zone, but that's kind of his range. Yes, he had a couple games over 100 yards last year. Is it possible? Yes, anything is possible. I'm not saying that it's never going to happen. But what I'm telling you is in this range, when you're trying to solidify your roster or you're going for big playability to have boom, massive shock weeks and make up point differential and have some pizzazz, if you will, for lack of a better word, on your roster, Josh Palmer doesn't check any of those boxes.
Josh Palmer is a guy that I don't even know that I necessarily want to take the shot in best ball, right? Like I know that there'll be a couple of those that he'll blow up, and he has a couple of those top 10 finishes each season, right? But that's one of those that it's incredibly tough to predict, even when factors are looking like that they're going to go in that direction, due to in the past with Allen missing a game or Mike Williams missing a game. Like we never saw the ascension of Joshua Palmer into that to kind of solidify that role, right? He'd have a game here or there, and at that point, I don't know that I necessarily want to take a shot on this one because Kevin, you made the point very eloquently when you're talking about checking the boxes. Doesn't check any of the boxes for me on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and let him go, and I'll let somebody else kind of deal with that one.